If you don't mind, if you could just talk about your experiences, in Tennessee, and sort of, your struggles there, and if I may ask the decision to come out publicly as a transgender woman, because I am curious about that.
Absolutely. In East Tennessee, there is a challenge to be authentic because I don't know why. I say because, and I shouldn't even say because I don't know the reason. But so I battled this internal struggle the vast majority of my life. I had this huge internal struggle of knowing that I was a woman. But I also had this external pressure of any time that I would let that woman slightly come out, the external pressure of society would smash me right back down into my hole and I would have to hide. So I became very depressed. I wasn't a healthy human being because of it, because I couldn't be my authentic self. Well, only 11 years ago, I said enough is enough. I'm going to exchange this internal struggle of beating myself up for an external struggle, because I had finally figured out I could beat myself up far better than anyone else can. So I exchanged the internal struggle of wanting to be myself but being afraid to do it, and so I did it. I'm like, the heck with it. I've got to be myself. So in 2005, I transitioned the last day of school at the school that I worked at in East Tennessee. I'm a middle school teacher by trade, even in East Tennessee. The school year that I decided to transition, the school system got involved. The mayor got involved. The superintendent of schools got involved. And what happened and this is public record, so they can go check it out. I was dismissed from my position and told that I could have this other position at a different school. They just kind of brushed it aside. So I had transitioned at this point. So me being who I am, I just went to every school in that school system with my resume and got hired again because I'm a qualified teacher, and they saw my record and didn't know anything. Well, because the left hand and the right hand eventually talked to each other in school systems, the school found out and let me go. So at this point, I'd been living for maybe 6 months as my authentic self. I was presenting to the world my authentic self. And I'm like, I have made a mistake. I am going to not have any hope of finding employment here. And I thought, I'll give it one more go. So I went back to one more school, got hired at that school again because of my record. They found out, and the exact same thing happened again. So I got the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission involved. They came.
If I may ask, I'm sorry, Kelly, but when they dismissed you, I mean, were they as blatant in the discrimination to say why?
They told me. They told me it's because I'm transgender. They asked me, why am I fighting this fight in their school system? Why did I choose their school system for this fight? And I'm like, because this is my hometown. That's what I told them. This is where I'm raised. So I want to pay back to the community. The EEOC investigated and gave me the right to sue. So I'm like, I'm going to get it. I'm going to do this. I couldn't find a lawyer anywhere in the United States to take it.
My goodness.
Because Lambda Legal and everybody like that were pushing for marriage equality at that moment. So all of their fundage was into that. And so I kind of just disappeared for several years. I had low-end jobs delivering pizzas, lots of jobs that are not bad jobs. I mean, I was able to survive delivering pizza, but that's not the dream job that I wanted. I wanted to be a teacher.
You're right, given your qualifications,
So in 2014, I found out about Camp Aeronautic. I drove up here and I volunteered at it for a week. Like I said, I met these wonderful kids, Senator, absolutely wonderful kids. And they inspired me. So the camp ended on July 5th. I went back to East Tennessee. I thought about what I'd seen up here. So I sent an email to a friend of mine, or to the camp staff, and I said, hey, I got to get out of East Tennessee. I've seen the light. A friend let me stay at their house until I found a job and a place. So all of these people stepped forward. I moved to Marlboro a month after the camp. Packed my car up, my little four-door Honda Civic with my 2 dogs, my cat, and anything I could shove into my car, and left everything behind in East Tennessee and came up here and started over again because I knew that Massachusetts was a safe place because thank goodness for states' rights.
And how did you know that Massachusetts had passed this legislation? That's what I'm curious.
The way that I knew it was because of talking to the people at camp.
Okay,
the other
sure.
transgender people that are from Massachusetts. I was talking about in East Tennessee, and they just kept shaking their head saying, really? You need to come here. And I said, why? What's different? And they explained to me about 2011, the law being passed.
Sure.
And so that, just that knowledge that transgender people were surviving up here, and not only surviving, but some of them were doing quite well.
Yeah, we're thriving.
We're thriving.
Yeah.
It inspired me, and it took that one person saying, we have a law that protects you in Massachusetts. That's all it took. I didn't know that this was coming down the pipeline that
Yeah.
just happened this past Saturday. Had no
Right.
idea. I was just happy that a government couldn't discriminate against me, because that's where I
Exactly.
was facing. The two things that discriminated against me were the Southern Baptist Church and the governments of Tennessee.
Okay.
Most of the people were pretty nice,
Yeah.
actually.